Christians encounter this demand, I think, and as we wrap the discussion together, this is, I think, very important to acknowledge. We encounter this demand that we accept all these categories and this vocabulary, and that we listen, and that we sort of acknowledge things out of the gate, even things that we haven't had clearly explained to us. And I want to acknowledge that sense of confusion that many people will feel upon encountering this stuff as it escapes the academic departments where it was created, the laboratories. But it seems like this will always put us on the defensive. And so that posture, that it's not enough, that reactive posture isn't enough. How can we be offensive, switch to a right foot forward stance, and be ready and proactive to adjudicate these claims? Because I think that defensive posture just kind of sets you up to lose. It sets you up to be morally humiliated in every discussion. How can we set ourselves up to be to come out morally vindicated without becoming experts like you guys have?
Shane, I think that's a great point. And you're getting at this concept, which is that any time we're being introduced to words or phrases or ideas that we've never heard of before, or we don't understand hardly at all, we get intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a natural reaction. And critical social theory is full of words and phrases and ideas that seem to be a little bit obscurant, that are impenetrable. Now, it's a facade in a way, because we can all learn things, okay? And our book is designed to help people get their minds wrapped around these knowledge areas. And in doing that, that learning about various concepts and perspectives that we unpack, and we do this not only with jargon from the scholarship, because that's needed and important, but we also give example after example and analogies and so forth to try to make it more palatable and more accessible to people who aren't normally engaging these ideas. And once that knowledge begins to build, then that intimidation factor starts to drop, and then we can emotionally come off and get rid of and jettison a defensive posture. And then we can begin to move forward in terms of some offensive critiques. In addition to the offensive critiques of the knowledge areas, our book also puts forward, a plan, if you will, ways forward for unity and connection and healing.
Hmm.
And so we're not just critiquing these knowledge areas and saying, hey, this is a problem. We're also offering our readers, well, here's some action steps forward to try to redress and remedy our, separation in our society, our fracture in our society. And when you begin to offer a positive vision of racial connection or connection across difference, period, now you're not only on the offensive, but you're doing it in a way that is disarming. That you're not just trying to, bang a hammer against the bad ideas. You're putting forth a solid, wonderful, even beautiful vision for connection and unity that does not rely on critical social theory. That's the thing. We don't have to use critical social theory to get to a much better place in society in terms of connection. So hopefully that will help get our reader off this defensive posture.